What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Life with Jay, aka a trucker named Jay, man. Uh, Welcome to the very first episode For the Record. This will be the new uh podcast format type videos slash live feeds that I will be doing moving forward. This is gonna be like a test run. Like I just been thinking of different ways to redo the channel. I feel like my channel has definitely gotten stagnant. Um, and it's something that I want to fix. It's something that I want to, I just want my channel to grow. And I'm hoping that by changing these things on my channel, whether it's this podcast, the format in which I upload videos, that I can get that spark, if you will. And if not, then it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, it's just YouTube, and we just on the internet just to express ourselves, anyways, to whatever size audience that we have. So I'm gonna keep doing that regardless, whether it's 20 of us or 20,000 of us. I'm still gonna rock with my peoples. So this podcast. The intention of this podcast for me is to speak specifically to trucking. I want to start to, break my channel up, hence the change to Life with Jay. I know a lot of people know me as a trucker named Jay. They've known me as a trucker named Jay or Messy Boots or all these other names. And I really want to, I don't want to say separate myself from a trucker named Jay, but I just feel like for me at this point, there's so much more to my life than just a trucker named Jay. I'm a fleet owner now. I'm a recruiter. Um, I'm a full time dad, full time husband. I'm losing weight. I'm saying advocate for weight loss by fasting and other untraditional means of weight loss. Like I'm a lot of these things, and people may laugh and joke at that, but it is what it is, man. Like what you choose to represent, what you choose to put out there, is what you are to people. You feel what I'm saying? Like you'd be surprised how much power. That's the beauty of the internet. That's the beauty of social media. It gives us power that some of us aren't used to having, which is the ability to influence others, the ability to inspire others, the ability to show others, hey, look, we come from a similar background. You can do what I'm doing, or if not better. And that's all what I'm really trying to do with my channel. Through all the mistakes, through all of everything, is just trying to show people that you can do better than what you're doing. You don't have to settle for what they're telling you. You have to settle for, and to keep pushing, man. That's really what this channel is really about. But anyway, so this is the first episode of the trucking podcast. For the record, I like for the record because when you hear somebody say for the record, you know that there's some truth coming behind it. Like that when somebody say for the record, it's like, look, man, I just need to get this off my chest. I just need to say it. I need to for the record, whether it's right or wrong, or however you feel about it, it's on the record. This is what it is. You can dispute it, you can hate it, you can say whatever it is that you want to say about it, but it's on the record. And as long as it's on the record, and you can't diminish it, you can't just because I think for a lot of things, especially in trucking, they get overlooked and they get downplayed because it's not popular or it's not traditional or it's not what people's favorite YouTubers or influencers are saying or doing. And so, people just don't want to pay it no mind. But what this podcast is here to do is to just shine a little light on, different things in trucking that may be getting overlooked or maybe just not, to a certain clique of people may not be as important, but to other people could be, life changing. You know what I mean? Let me exit out of this. All right. So, with that being said, leasing a truck. Leasing a truck. It's 2021. It's November of 2021. And I think it's safe to say, I'm going to try not to make this video too long. But not trying to be cocky, not trying to be overconfident, same thing. But I think it's fair to say at this particular point in time that the guys, everyone who said leasing a truck was wrong or leasing a truck was a bad idea, I think it's safe to say that they were incorrect in that assessment. What do you guys think? I should, and that's the other thing because I'm doing this pre-recorded, but I think I'm still going to upload it as a. I'm probably still going to upload it as a premiere, so you guys might be in the comments, you might not, but I might mix it up with this. I might do some live, actual live streams. Some I might do pre-recorded videos. I paid this $50 for the StreamYard, so I can kind of do however I see fit. Sometimes you don't feel like dealing with people. Sometimes you just want to get stuff off your chest, and that's just what it is. And so today's one of those days I just wanted to get this off my chest because it had to be said for the record, man. Had to be said for the record. First of all, I hope everybody see me clearly. I hooked up. I took the time to hook up everything correctly. Me and the wife. Shout out to the wife. I'm trying to bring y'all better quality videos. I got the camera hooked up, the infamous microphone hooked up and everything. So, back to the video. I think it's safe to say that everybody who is doubting lease drivers is wrong. Why do I say that? Because you got to think about it, man. Let's rewind the clock. When I came into trucking back in 2015, 2016, the same things that they were saying about lease drivers today is what they were saying about lease drivers back then. Don't lease a truck. You overpaying for the truck. You ain't going to never own the truck. You ain't going to make no money. This, that. And it's just very, because these are the same things that they said to Loshawn Parks. These are the same things they said to Junior Honduras. These are the same things they said to King D-Rock. It's a slew of lease drivers who they have said these things to that I know for a fact at this point in time have paid off equipment. Like, paid off. Don't owe nothing on it. Truck ain't got but 300,000-400,000 miles on it. And they making all that top money that everybody advertised. They making that now. But they wouldn't have got there if it weren't for the lease truck. So that's what I'm saying, bro. I really feel like we got to dead that. Like, we really got to, like, if you don't agree with leasing trucks, if you feel like you're overpaying for the truck, if you feel like, because I'm going to tell you what the big thing is, in my opinion. I might be wrong. I'm open to being wrong. I'm open for conversation. Anybody who want to reply, rebuttal, cool, man. Ain't no hate in my heart. I'm just speaking. But I think what it is that once upon a time, the route that you had to take to become an owner-operator was a long and hard road. You had to put in a lot of time. You had to put in a lot of experience. You had to learn this, had to learn that. It was a lot of things that you had to go through before you were ready to ascend to that level of truck driving. Whereas now, you just walk in the door and sign paperwork. And there really ain't because a lot of these carriers, the way the leases are set up, they're helping the driver a lot. Whereas a lot of the old school owner operators, they had to go get it out the mud. They ain't had no connections. They didn't know where to go get their truck from. They didn't know what mechanics to trust. They didn't know nothing. They just had to go out there and figure it out for themselves. And I do think that there are a lot of guys who are salty because they see how easy it is to go lease a truck now. Because you got to really realistically look at what you're doing. You're coming into an industry where you're probably not used to making over $60,000 a year doing whatever it was that you were doing before trucking. You can get a year experience at most of these leasing situations. Some of these leases, like mega carrier leases, you can walk in the door and start leasing the truck right out the back. But so you're talking about 0 to a year worth of experience, and now you can go and make ballpark the same money as somebody who's been driving trucks 15 years. I feel some type of way too. It's no different than when I used to work at Walmart distribution and you had guys who had been there for 20, 25 years and I've been there for 2 weeks and I'm only $2 an hour away from them. I feel some type of way too. I done put my blood, sweat, and tears into doing this for decades, and then here comes some young whippersnapper on YouTube or a young whippersnapper who been in the truck for 2 weeks or 2 years and made a little money, think he know everything. I'd be a little upset too, but I feel like it shouldn't be like you can't get mad at the player, man. The game is the game. Like, we didn't create leasing. You know what I mean? Like, we that's not something that we created as far as the drivers who are actively choosing to try to take advantage of it. Hold on, fix my mic. We didn't create it. We just saw an opportunity and we just jumped in. We just took a risk. I'm sorry that we aren't all have master's and bachelor degrees or have a thorough business knowledge of the way things work, and not all of us know how to do our taxes, and not all of us are master mechanics. But guess what, man? This is the game that we all sign up for. If you don't want other people to be able to do what you're doing, you got to go do something that's not easy to do. Leasing a truck, owning a truck, all that shit is easy. Hindsight, like if we really being honest, if we really talking, running a single truck is easy. So don't get mad when anybody come and do it, and start doing it well, because it's not a hard thing to do, especially again when you have carriers who are going to assist the drivers in maintaining their situations, whether it's maintenance, whether it's the management of their funds, whether it's the helping them book freight, whatever it may be. It's almost free money. You telling people to say no to free money? The audacity of your silver spoon asses to be upset for people for wanting to do better. What happened to, I remember once upon a time, all the old cats used to be upset, and I'm not talking specifically in trucking anymore. I'm just speaking in as far as generational. I remember all my uncles and older family members used to be mad at my generation because none of us wanted to work. They used to say we weren't hungry. They used to say we ain't want no money. We just wanted to sit in the house all day and play video games. Is what they said we wanted to do. But now that we done came out here and we done did and we're doing what they have done, it took them years to do, now they're upset. Now we don't know how to work for nothing. Now we lazy. Now we want everything quick. No, we just figured it out quicker than y'all. That's just it. We just figured it out quicker. We found a little lane. We made a little money, and we just trying to make it work. Now, are we perfect? Is everybody going to last? No. Is the lease drivers that are here today going to be here 5 years from now? Some on will, some on won't. Just like you got fleet owners that's still around. You got some fleet owners that flaked out and went bankrupt. But that's the game, man. You can't get mad at the game, man. And I just hate I really hate when I look in these trucking groups. I just seen it yesterday, and somebody's asking questions about leasing a truck, which in my opinion is one of the smartest things you can do in the trucking industry, because even if you don't want to buy that truck, if you take a year to 2 years to lease that truck, learn the lanes, learn how to run a truck with minimum to no risk. Minimum to no risk. Are you going to overpay for the truck? Probably. A lot of y'all overpaying for your house, overpaying for your car you want, overpaying for shoes, overpaying for big ass television in your living room you don't need. You overpay for everything else, but you gonna pay for something that's gonna make you some money. Now it's a fucking problem. Miss me with that bullshit, because y'all want to be counting pennies when it come to everything else. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I'm sorry. For the record, I got to get it on the record. This, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but this means a lot to me, because this is the way that I'm choosing to take care of my family right now. And to just see such hateful comments and uneducated comments and just despicable comments from people who I know for a fact have never leased a truck. It's like, bro, you got to shut the fuck up, bro. It's too much money in trucking all over the place for you to be speaking on something you've never done. That's what we need to do in trucking. We have to stop speaking. I promise y'all, if y'all stop talking about leasing, I'll never say anything about authorities again. Because a lot of that shit rubbed a lot of y'all the wrong way when I was up here talking about the authority and why I don't want to get my authority right now because it's too much work and I'm making just as much money chilling with the carrier that I choose to associate with. Like, if I can't speak about authority at all, y'all got to stop talking about lease truck because y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, bro. Like, we just got to really understand that, yes, you can make money leasing a truck. Leasing a truck is not a bad situation. We have to stop portraying it as an image of, financial illiteracy because the people who choose to lease trucks couldn't manage a Toys R Us credit card if you gave them one. You know what I'm saying? Them the same people. Like, we focus in on, instead of focusing in on the type of people that we put in these lease trucks, we want to blame the lease trucks. The lease trucks ain't doing nothing. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, the lease trucks aren't conspiring with each other to fuck the trucking industry. The lease trucks are the lease trucks. But when you got a bunch of ignorant, not knowing how to manage their money ass motherfuckers and you put them in lease trucks, what's going to happen? The same thing that's going to happen if you put them in a cash truck. The same thing that's going to happen if they go to the bank. The same thing that's going to happen if they borrow it from their cousin Pookie. Eventually, they're going to mismanage their money. Something ain't going to add up. Something going to run into something else. And it's going to come a week where you got a $6,000, $7,000, $13,000 bill and your funds going to dry up. Then who you going to blame? Because that's what I see a lot of. I see a lot of motherfuckers who don't got enough money or they spend all the money that they make. And when shit hit the fan, now they want to blame everybody else. Then it becomes the lease truck's fault. It becomes the carrier fault. It becomes DOT fault. It becomes DEF fault. It becomes emissions fault. It's California fault. It's the government's fault. It's Trump fault. It's Obama fault. It's everybody's fault beside the motherfucker who had full control over what it is that they was doing in that truck. That shit just crazy to me, bro. And I'm sorry, but I just know too many LoShawn Parks. I know too many Junior Hondurases. I know too many lease operators who have successfully got in a lease truck with zero to little money and have either started fleets, have paid their trucks off, used that truck to go buy another. It's just too many success stories. One of the biggest issues we have in trucking is that we have people who will come up on a YouTube channel, who will come on an Instagram post, a Facebook post, a Facebook group, story, feed, whatever, and they will come in there and they will spew information that they cannot validate, they cannot confirm, they cannot prove. And somebody will take that information and they will run with it as if that is law, like it came from Trucking Jesus himself. And yet here we are with leasing trucks, and you have 1,000 examples as to why it can work. And yet and still, we will sit here and tell somebody with a straight face, like, I don't think that'll work. I think that's a bad situation because I chose to do another route. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's like trucking discrimination, bro. Like, I know some people going to say it's not that deep, but I do think it's that deep because, again, you have a lot of people who are choosing to take care of their families in that way. So you're basically telling them that the way that they're choosing to feed their families is wrong. And I think that that's fucked up. And I feel very passionately about that, which is why I refuse to leave it alone. People keep telling me, leave it alone, Jay. People going to feel how they feel. Well, they wrong. And then somebody got to tell them they wrong. That's fucked up. Niggas get put on, they make bread, and they don't want nobody else to make bread. They just want to be the only ones making bread. Here come that where that saying go. Everybody want to see you do good, but don't nobody want to see you do better than them. And the real thing that's going on out here is you got a lot of lease drivers out here that's doing better than that. Never mind, we ain't get into that. But so that's what I just wanted to come up here. We had 19 minutes. I'm gonna try to cut it short at 20 minutes, man. This is an example of the raw, uncut content that we're gonna be talking about on this podcast as it regards to trucking, man. We're gonna be talking about stuff from CDL schools. We're gonna open up the book of all the stuff that people talk about. What kind of fuel cards you should get, how you should fuel your truck, how you should run your truck, your relationship with your dispatcher, your relationship with your carrier, I'm gonna try to speak on all the things that I deal with directly, and some of the things I deal with a little bit. I won't be talking about none of the stuff that I don't deal with, like authorities and dealing with. Well, I can't talk about dealing with brokers. I went to broker school, so but just little small stuff like that. Anything that I can use on my channel as a small part of my channel, Life with Jay, to help my trucking audience. Because even though I do want to transition my channel 95% away from trucking, I still do know that that's a large part of my congregation right now. So I definitely want to still entertain them, influence them in some way, shape, or form. But at the same time, like I say, man, I definitely want to transition away from trucking, because it's like no matter what you do, no matter what you say, trucking content is so negative nowadays, but it's hard, man. And it takes a lot of energy to like set up all this shit and do these type of videos in the trucking realm, because there's just so much negativity in trucking, bro. It's so hard to do a 20, 25, 30-minute video or hour live feed just to go through the comments and see niggas just talking shit or complaining. They'd be like, what the fuck am I doing this shit for? You know what I mean? It'd be like that. But, still here I am. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to be consistent with it. And yeah, man, that's what it is, man. So I appreciate you tuning in to the first episode. If you have any ideas of things you would like me to talk about in specific, I can talk about that as well on this, as far as trucking goes on this thing. And so that's what it's going to be. Besides that, as always, y'all know the vibe. Stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God Family Trucking. Remember, man, ain't nothing wrong with leasing a truck. And I'm more than willing to open the door to this conversation with anybody. I'm willing to sit down, break the numbers down with anybody, and I'm willing to fully voice my opinion in a debate, logical debate with anybody. Like that's, that's not no beef type talk. That's just businessman to businessman, and let's just discuss logically why you guys are wrong about leasing. Like I'm fully open to that, because I've seen too much, man. I've just seen too much. I'm not even talking about money at this point. I've just seen too much. Shout out to Junior Honduras. Shout out to Lowe. Shout out to D-Raj. Like, these brothers have shown me, whatever our friendship status may or may not be, I can never take away the lane that these brothers have shown me in regards to this leasing and the ability to create, financial, income and stability with these lease trucks. Because again, 2015, 2016, a lot of these cats had me believing that leasing was the devil. Like, it's the worst thing you could do. Don't ever lease a truck. I remember so much so to when I was at Trans Am and they was trying to get us all to lease trucks, I would not lease a truck because of what people were telling me back then. And even knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have leased that Trans Am truck, but I definitely would have gotten into another lease somewhere else that was more productive. Trans Am just had a bad lease. And just a bad program overall. No disrespect to Trans Am, but training somebody for 7 days and then putting them on a lease truck, 4-year lease truck, was idiotic. So, but anyways, that's all I got this video. I'll check you guys next one. Stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. And remember, man, everything you want in life is on the other side of sacrifice. I'll check you guys next video.